Howdy y'all. Today I am showing you how I'm making what I'm not sure what the technical name for it is, so I'm just gonna call it stir fry. I went ahead and did some of the prep work to make this video a little bit shorter, but anyway, it's fairly simple to make. First of all, you need half of a potato cut into strips. Here's the other half of the potato to give you a little hint at the size. A whole entire carrot cut up into slices. About 2 handfuls of already pre-sliced mushrooms. Cut you off a slab of cabbage and cut it into pieces. I'll show you the precise measurements of pico de gallo after bit. And then the spices that we are going to use today will be pepper, salt, hot chili powder, and cilantro. And then we are also going to keep this thing from being dry, we are just barely going to drizzle on some Panda Express orange sauce and accompany that with a bottle of Doritos in the lime flavor. You can normally find this in your little Hispanic, Mexican aisle, whatever you want to call it. Basically all the aisle with the Asian, Mexican, and pastas, Italian food, that type of stuff. Unless of course you go to Jungle Gyms, then it's the Hispanic area. But anyway, we are first going to start by getting a pan that is big enough to fit everything, along with a lid that you will use to cover. If you can find a clear lid, that works great on helping with the measurements and the whole 9 yards. I prefer to use canola oil in the spray to spray the pan, so that way it doesn't stick and you're not left with all the other oils of the leftover stuff. Okay, first we are going to start by turning on our burner. Normally I like to use the one up front, but with it being a smaller size and a bigger pan, I'm going to use the rear one. I like to normally set it about 7, sometimes 6. Next, we are going to take our pan and spray it with canola oil. Make sure you get it evenly coated. Yeah, some people are probably saying that's a little overkill right now. Then stick it onto the burner. Next we are going to start by laying down, as soon as my grandmother gets out of the way, the cabbage as the base. If you don't get it all in there, that's okay. This stuff is good to eat raw too. It just tastes better once it's cooked. Next, we are going to add the carrots. And then the mushrooms. Kind of spread it out. And then the potatoes. Yeah. Now we are going to add our spices. I'm just switching hands here because normally I'm a right-handed person and it's easier to add spices with the hand you use the most. Anyway, just cover enough with each of the spice. That was pepper. Now we are going... Hey, I'm the one cooking this. Anyway, next, add salt. Not much, just a little dab will do you. Then our hot chili powder. for flavoring. I can hear it sizzle. And then some cilantro.
No!
And the dog's getting in trouble. But anyway, this green stuff, once again, is cilantro. I can't remember if I said that or not. But now you know. Then we put our lid back on and let it sit for a little bit. Okay, I've let this set for a little bit. Now I'm going to take the lid off. Ah, that's what we want. Steam. And now we're just going to stir this all about. I would shake it, but number one, that would be a mess, and number two, this ain't the hokey pokey. And I'm going to turn that down to medium now on my dial. Let it kind of simmer. And now that we got it all mixed up, we are going to add a little bit more of the spices, so that way we make sure everything got evenly coated as compared to the first time where it was just sitting on top. And then plop the lid back on it and let it sit some more. Alright everybody, I've let this set for a little bit longer, not sure how much, ain't really paid attention to the time, but it's getting to the point where it looks like it's ready to add the pico. So we take the lid back off again. Ooh, nice and steamy. And then we are going to take our pico and get about 4 spoons. Put it in the center. 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to let this sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we will come back to it. Okay, while we are waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and fix our drink. Don't see those type of can openers very much anymore. And just setting this down because it's easier to grip with 2 hands than it is one. Pop a top again. And then I like little, not a lot of ice. About 3 or 4 ice cubes. And then just slowly pour that in. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, give or take. Let that sit. Stir all of this around. Now that we got everything busted loose, time to put it into the bowl. Doesn't have to be a big bowl, just something simple that you can use to toss around stuff in. And empty our contents into the container. Just gonna put the camera down real quick so I can get the rest of that off out of there. Sorry about the quick exit, folks, but my camera died. And lucky enough for me, Grandma has a camera similar in style to mine. So, I'm going to pick up where I left off. Now, we are going to take Panda Express orange sauce and just barely drizzle it around. Enough to lightly coat. And then we are going to take a lid. Yeah, call me El Cheapo. And we are going to shake the thing about. Probably. We're supposed to be having the furnace guy visit today.
Let him in the back door, Jared.
And that's pretty much it. That is how to make stir fry.